Oh my gosh. I've been feeling a bit sick lately. Very sick. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh. It's been a wild ride last few days. Wild, wild ride. So let's take a look at what's happening on the Christmas Eve. XRP will be worth trillions, but it's 1.87 now. So makes me wonder, why should it be trillions?
XRP's market cap
So smash that like button, everyone. Seems like XRP is just trading sideways.
is going to get to a higher level. I think you're going to be upset. But then again, you might not be completely upset because everybody has their own opportunities that they want to get into. And I'm not going to tell you that you're going to regret your decision and that, you're going to spend the rest of your days saying, well, I should have bought XRP, or
I feel like a lot of people who think they missed out when it went to $3 now don't have any regrets when it went to 187, right? On 2bit here, I'm doing price analysis. Kind of makes sense, right? It kind of makes you really consider on what's happening. It is the problem we're seeing.
I should have been a part of this project, or I should have believed in it more. I'm not going to say that, right? There may be some of you that do end up saying that and feeling that way because there are people that have done that with Ethereum, people have done that with Bitcoin, people that have done that.
That was 2016, 2012. I mean, yeah, history can repeat itself, but you could have bought XRP at 0.3 cents, 0.5. There was so many times to buy, and yet people did not buy it for any price at that point, It just doesn't make sense. They didn't buy now. Like, makes you wonder what is happening with crypto. What is happening with XRP? The markets are not favored.
That with tech stocks. And that's just the way it is, right? You miss out on opportunities, but everybody has an opportunity to take on something, right? And there are many of opportunities in your however many years of living.
That's true.
Whether you're talking about tech stocks, whether you're talking about Bitcoin, or you're talking about just buying into a certain startup company that then becomes a Fortune 500 company. So there's a lot of opportunities.
You're never gonna hit 100% of those. That's the thing. Like, a lot of people think, oh, I could have bought, I should have. Today, there's been like a 100 chances for that happening. And a lot of people don't realize that, how important that is.
Opportunities. I'm just saying that I think XRP is one of those opportunities. Just like Bitcoin was, just like Ethereum was, just like many other things that are even in the top,
It's an opportunity. I mean, will it go 5x overnight? No, but it could go 1 to 15. It's possible. It has happened in crypto before. 1 to 30. I don't think 1 to 100 is going to be easy as people think, like $100. Because literally you have billionaire whales holding right now already.
10 or top 25. So what I want to talk about here today is I want to talk about XRP getting to that $1 trillion market cap, which I believe it definitely can. I believe it will. So before we get started in this, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification.
$1 trillion market cap. Yeah, if Bitcoin does good, I definitely see that happening. But right now, it's just so unstable. It's so blessed.
Notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. If you guys are interested in signing up for BTCC, that link is at the top of the description. It is honestly a fantastic platform that I've been using for over a year. And if you specifically use my link, you will get a 10% deposit bonus. You can get
So yeah, you get actually, I'm going to do a trade on 2bit as well if you guys want to join me on 2bit. Here comes the daily sponsor type. But obviously, pushing towards an upside, which tells me that XRP now is building some momentum upwards. It seems like it has found another low exactly at 1.84. And the next few days should be building back an upside to 1.9 or whatever it is. That's what I'm really excited about. If you haven't seen, guys, I am building a 2bit trading bot towards an upside. It really does seem it's building very, very small candles, so I'd be super careful on that. On that sense. So I'm gonna go with futures bots here. futures grid and just make a price analysis, because it has been having a lot of selling momentum, but this selling momentum has stopped. And if you guys want to join me on 2bit, link in the description below. Awesome platform overall. I use it commonly. I use it a lot. I also use it for my XRP trading strategies. We check on the 15-minute chart. We're going to open a trading bot here. And obviously this red candle, there's been a few green candles, so I'm expecting a pullback here right now.
Extra bonuses up to $10,055, up to 40% lower trading fees, and you can enter the giveaway, which is going on until the end of this.
So yeah, there's a lot of Christmas giveaways. I think 2bit has one as well.
Cryptocurrency, right? When I'm talking about a popular project, there's no living, or there's no project that can live without that popularity. If it has popularity and no utility, it can still survive.
Well, look at what happened with SHIB. Like, a lot of whales saw like not enough utility and just ended up dumping it. I think we're gonna be setting some momentum here. I don't like using these bonuses, but at least something, at least like we could take a loss here. I'd rather just trade with my own money at this point, so I'm gonna take a $2 short with a top loss 3%. Well, 3% here, 3% and 50% profit. And you know, if we open this early, this would already make a big difference. Just doesn't, we just didn't have the time yet. So let me see here.
It's just not going to have that long lasting feel or a forever coin feel to it, right? So you need to marry the two. You need to see utility, you need to see popularity, and XRP really has all of that. And it even factors in large scale popularity and utility. So currently XRP stands at $1.86. It is down by 1% in the last 24 hours.
I mean, yeah, it's still far from, you know, $50, but it's a pretty good starting point, at least to me.
It is at a $112 billion market cap. Definitely has come down a far way from the peak point, you know, of a $3.65 level, or even the all-time high of $3.84. We were approaching that level, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see it break that level sometime soon. But again, that's just my opinion. For the circulating supply, you have 60 billion. The holders about 500.
I mean, the $4 was like literally peak Bitcoin prices as well. Sorry guys, if today I don't talk as much, because as you can see, I am not feeling the best. I still started the stream anyway. Does not matter to me.
The max supply is 100 billion coins. So when I have this conversation with people to say where XRP is going to be, there are people all over the place where somebody would say, I see what you're saying. XRP has the potential to do this, 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 and this. And if it does, you have max market caps that you can get to based on those things that are happening. So seeing a 500 billion or $1 trillion market cap in the things that I have broken down, it makes sense to those people. However,
I mean, to be worth trillions, the only thing that's gonna help crypto is itself the Bitcoin going up.
There's some people that
without Bitcoin going up, like, you guys don't realize how much XRP is tied to, you know, the prices of Bitcoin.
Are doubters, some people that are on the fence that will say, no, it will not get there. This other position will be what you believe this is going to be. XRP was always in their mind something that was a legal
right
problem,
now, it should,
right? That we were going to see XRP fail and go to zero because of what the SEC was doing. Well, the SEC is kind of out of the picture, sort of, and you see actual legal clarity with XRP. So where is that now? Like, where are you now? Are you, completely turned over and saying, all right, I see what you're saying. Now I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But there's still people that just don't see it, that just don't see that XRP is going to be as massive as I believe it's going to be. Now, just to kind of break things down, right? An XRP at a $1 trillion market cap, to reach $1 trillion market cap with approximately 58.6 billion circulating.
So yeah, burns are great. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, but we could obviously see the, price drops we are seeing right now. It's a very obvious, like, retracement. The whales are just selling and dumping it at this point. Like the red candles are becoming super strong.
XRP. The price per XRP would need to be around $17. While some analysts see potential for XRP to reach $5 to $10 or higher, a $1 trillion valuation will represent a massive expansion requiring significant adoption and network growth to complete established financial systems. Note Yahoo Finance, Crypto Ninjas, the Motley Fool, and so on and so forth. Now, I will say that many of what we've seen, many predictions of what we've seen, have all said the same thing about a Bitcoin, have all said the same thing about an Ethereum, have all said the same thing about even some tech companies.
The biggest issue I have right now with all this price predictions is this does not account the lack of retail we have.
That reached a $1 trillion market cap or multiple $1 trillion market cap. Because no one truly knows where things are going to go. You can say, oh, based on adoption, and it has to do so many big things, but Bitcoin didn't have to do huge things in order to get to where it is. Ethereum didn't have to do huge.
Well, these are the first two cryptos, to really do something. XRP is one of the first, which has a huge advantage overall, but we just need to see much, much more in that sense. We need to see a huge push upwards if we want to see anything on that matter. Like, that's what I'm really excited about. Where does, XRP go from here? It needs to do something big if it wants to hit the big leagues. $50, it actually needs to get used by Japan and other banks like we were talking.
Huge things in order to get to where it was. XRP, arguably, XRP has done just as much as Ethereum and Bitcoin, if not more. Ripple has done just as much as Ethereum or Bitcoin, if not more. So why does XRP have to fall under, oh, it has to get all of these things done in order to reach a $1 trillion market cap when Bitcoin has done this?
Now, this is where I don't agree. Bitcoin was one of the first. Like, Bitcoin had zero competition. Now it's getting more competitive.
Because Bitcoin is kind of the end-all, be-all, is the starting point and the ending point for cryptocurrency? Possibly. But XRP is also there. It's also been in the conversation for many of years. And it has experienced much growth, so much growth that many people have become very wealthy off of the XRP movement that we've seen thus far.
We're talking multiple 6 digits, most likely.
So to question whether XRP can get to these levels is insane. It's asinine. I think it has so much to do with the fact that those people would believe in their projects more than they would believe in anything else. And they want to see one succeed rather than all succeed. Even though we know that there is room, we know that this thing will happen. We know we will see it succeed in the end. So my belief, a $1 trillion market cap is a no-brainer.
I mean, 1 trillion is definitely possible, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be like 5 to 10 years. What do you guys personally think? Also, look at my trade right now on 2bit. This is what I have open. I'm giving a very small short to XRP right now because it's been dropping, okay, guys? And obviously, the markets have not been kind to it. But if that's something you're interested in, I'm trading on 2bit every single day. You can sign up there for a free Christmas bonus. And happy holidays in advance. So all XRP holders, prepare for the next 7 days. Also be ready for massive gains. I mean, Levi was the one that was a bit negative on XRP, mostly because the markets were down, but I'm not too sure if he's like 50-50 on it. I still feel like we are entering a bearish market because if we are not growing, and smash that like button, guys, in December, in January, when will we really grow? Will we grow during the worst periods, which is March or January? So obviously the whales do not allow us to even push to $2. It's crazy.
Why isn't XRP also exploding in value at the same time? Why isn't the crypto market doing the same thing? And it's actually very easily explained by the 4-year cycle, which I know that's a conversation a lot of you guys probably aren't ready for yet, but coming to the new year, when you realize the positives of the 4-year cycle and how it gives you guys a life-changing opportunity in the new year, I think a lot of you guys will be changing your mind just as long as you see the light for the first time. But look at these numbers. The liquidity in the markets is...
The liquidity in the markets, you mean for the not for the 2-bit, again, not for the crypto itself, which you can get started trading at trading competition in description below for XRP, guys. There's a free bonus in description below. But this is where you get signed up and trade XRP when we do a challenge. But this is the money, where the real money is in stocks right now. You guys gotta realize stocks is right now where the money is big, huge. That's what I think is happening.
Substantial. I mean, a lot of people are shocked by the amount of potential price action here. And yes, I do think there's going to be a rollover into the crypto market in 2026 where a lot of this money is going to flow into Bitcoin and XRP. And so that's something you definitely need to be prepared for. Because we're also seeing gold. The risk on asset, gold, reaches a new all-time high of $4,500 an ounce. I mean, these numbers are insane. A lot of people...
You can obviously see I have my trade open here. I am 1%. It's a live trade. But gold reaching all-time high, it seems like a lot of the retail has moved into stocks rather than... There's really no time for them to move into crypto. I opened a short right at top of this, or at least was trying to top this. And guess what? I just did not, I was not able to secure any profit at all here because the markets right now are not too crazy.
From that, the US ETF industry is also having a historic year. US listed ETFs have attracted a record $1.4 trillion in net inflows so far in just 2025 alone. This surpasses the previous full year recorded by $300 billion and is more than double the 2023 figure. Furthermore, ETF trading volume is up a record $57.9 trillion year to date, which is $630 billion higher than 2024's total as well. I mean, the amount of inflows, the insane amount of adoption of ETFs is only growing. And yes, there's more XRP ETFs that will eventually be coming in as well. And I understand.
I mean, ETFs are cool, but right now we have 24 billion volume only on ETFs. So that is clearly not enough to do what it wants XRP to do, and to get retail investors to buy more. There's nothing happening, nothing pushing, no macro news. If you look at the charts itself, it just tells you the whales are doing its own thing.
And I understand where a lot of you guys are at right now. You're super tired, you're fatigued, you're just wishing.
This is the problem. When people get fatigued, they start to sell off. They don't want to hear the news anymore. They just sell off and stop talking about it.
XRP would hit new all-time highs. Trust me, I am there with...
That's why I have a short open.
With you guys as well. We need the market conditions to align in order to support that major price appreciation. We're not there at this current moment in time, but in the new year, we 1000% will be. There's no doubt in my mind.
So I don't think anything shows that New Year is going to be a major catalyst, but I could be wrong.
You're just going to have to be patient with me here. And a lot of people are asking the question, okay, well, what's going to happen with rates? What we're starting to see actually is a complete reversal of payroll data as well. ADP private payrolls rose by an average of 11,500 per week over the 4 weeks ending December 6th, which marks the third consecutive reading of payroll gains. In other words, the job market is recovering in a massive way following all of the government layoffs and all of the other massive shifts that we've been seeing across the US economy and the rest of the world as well. And as a result, the private sector is adding 46,000 jobs over the 4 weeks ending December 6th. The labor market may be seeing some relief, which is exactly what we have been waiting for. We want a stable economy that supports stable growth, and that, of course, has the ability to get access to immense amounts of liquidity for the riskier assets like cryptocurrency. And this is not an overnight flip of the situation. We'll see a gradual increase in payroll performance and job performance. We'll see a gradual increase in global M2 supply as the Fed continues to lower rates in 2026. And this is going to culminate and create the perfect storm to give the same conditions we saw for XRP during.
Now, this could be good. More jobs means more profit. So that's something I'm excited about. But I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, I'm not too surprised because literally you should have had the biggest news ever. And what we got is literally nothing out of it. It was a nothing burger
during the election super cycle last year for it to absolutely have that blow off top. But the most important thing, and I cannot stress this enough, is patience in the meantime. Because yes, I understand XRP is trading below $2 per coin, currently trading about 186. It's been floating around this 180 level for a little while here. And many people are just waiting, waiting. There's one thing that I'm very certain of, right? I've been able to find good entries and exits to swing trade XRP while we wait for the right market conditions for XRP to have that blow off top. I know down to, I would say, the quarter and when XRP is probably going to be bottoming out. It's going to be.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of agree with this. It does seem like XRP right now, like if you keep the trades open too long, it's swinging too much sideways. So it does show like it's just going to be sideways until March. That's what some people said, and I kind of agree with that. It does make sense because right now nothing is happening. Like even my trades are down. You got to take the correct trades, and look, it's going to be another push up higher, right? So
be somewhere around Q2 of 2026. When that happens, we have a generational bottom to dollar cost average in immense amounts of capital, and then we just wait for the conditions to align, like the M2 rising, all of these amazing things. And then we can see XRP actually start gaining traction.
I should have closed this one a bit sooner, but it tells you the very obvious problem right now is XRP is just too much sideways. It's too much sideways. We don't know what's going on, and it's frustrating a lot of these whales who want to make easy profit.
And exploding in value once again, and Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market too, because it's all very closely tied together. But in the meantime, up until Q2 of 2026, I'm still going to be taking advantage of these markets. I'm going to continue swing trading this, guys. That's what I do in my Discord, and this is what.
That's what I'm also doing, guys. Even though right now the markets are a bit, they're interesting. They're interesting for sure. So if you guys want to join me, link in the description below, and I will keep you guys updated with more news on the markets as well.
What you guys need to understand, the markets are not always going to perfectly align for XRP to explode.
So yeah, I will keep you guys updated on more. Link in the description if you want to join me on 2Bit. We have this one done and done. So we do have another one today. XRP versus biggest option expiry ever.
XRP versus the biggest Bitcoin options expiry ever. What is this? What am I talking about? We're going to break it down for you here in today's Christmas Eve update. It's going to be a critical one because you have about 48 hours to prepare for the breakout and massive volatility that's going to be coming in between now and the end of the year. And the good news is that this ranging consolidation that we're all tired of is about to be over.
So this is just up and down, swinging sideways, like just terrible news. And if you want to join me on 2Bit, I'll leave a link in the description below, but it's pretty obvious right now. It's been still going exactly as I predicted, between $2 and 1.8, and it could be going until March, until Bitcoin does something. Whales are playing the game, but some of the whales, they don't even want to play this. They don't feel like playing this at all.
Now, does that mean that we're not going to go lower? That's not the case. That's not what I'm saying. We definitely could go lower. But the good news is that we're going to be breaking out of this consolidation. If we get a swipe lower, it's not going to last long. And max pain and the most amount of money for the market makers comes if they actually push this market higher, which is lining up with the accumulation of these cryptocurrencies that's taking place by these institutions right now with record ETFs.
I mean, record ETFs are good, but again, what does these record ETFs tell us? There's no retail yet. The retail is completely screwed. There's no one really staying except institutions, but institutions don't bring, like they bring massive volume, but the ETFs, they don't bring nearly as much volume as people were hoping for. So what we got instead, so we were hoping something like this. Let me show you the chart. We were hoping for someone like this, 3.66, bam, move up higher, like trade sideways, trade upper, back maybe even $5 to $7. But instead, what we got is this. We got a steady downtrend. Does this kind of tell you the markets right now are not what people were expecting? It does to me. And it's still going according to my plan, which is that XRP is just going to be trading sideways until it feels like it. And that's why I don't open my trading bot yet, because at least if I open a trading bot, like, and, you know, the markets right now would tell me enough of a story, I could open a trading bot towards like a positive note, because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, for example, I'm going to open a $50 trading bot right here, create a strategy, and try to hope it makes profit. But then again, I'm just guessing here. I'm literally guessing.
Activity. And we've seen that XRP,
because that's the big issue. But if you guys want to get started, start on 2bit. The only like positive, you know, increment I have is it's building a positive trend line, but we don't have enough data to see what's happening, which is a big problem for XRP right now.
he has also set records this year as the number one day one volume XRP ETF from Canary. And we also have some of the largest inflows of any ETFs this year as well. So this Christmas Eve update, let's get right on into it. Appreciate you for stopping by, my XRP family. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Christmas out there. Really do appreciate you. Quick update for my family. I've already lost one game of Candyland and the model train. This is my first time setting up one of those model trains around the Christmas tree. That thing's going to be the death of me, because I swear, keeping the track set up, keeping it from falling off the tracks, and then putting it back together. And let's get right on into the update, folks. Merry Christmas to you all.
So yeah, Bitcoin year-end options expiry, total notional value 24 billion expiring. Now this is crazy news if I ever saw some. But yeah, obviously right now XRP is trying to push higher. Like at least it's trying to push back to 1.9 here. That would be great. I don't know if it's going to do that, but it would be nice.
Bitcoin year-end options expiry. This is the biggest expiry ever. Now, what this is...
With so many options expiring, I don't even know if I want to keep my trading bot on 2bit. Like, I don't want to take risky trades when we have a $83 challenge. If we had $10,000 and we'd be down like $100, no problem, we can make it back. But here is a huge risk. We cannot make any mistakes.
Is the options contracts for cryptocurrency, right? You got your calls, your puts, you're going long, you're going short. And I used to trade these before we had the perpetual futures on Coinbase. And what this was, you know, basically you bought an option to see, you know, you want to go long, you want to go short, and then they would expire at the end of the month. And so they expire on the last full trading week of the month.
So yeah, it tells me a lot of people will lose money. That's why I use my trading strategies on 2bit, guys, which you can use the link in the description below as well if you want to get started with me. That's another plan that I have. You know, I actually want to come with a plan and not trade randomly. I'm going to analyze these trades and open when we see something big happening.
Month, or in this case, the year. So because next week, right, you got January 1st and 2nd, or Thursday and Friday, I believe. That means that the month end, the contracts expire and end this week on Friday, December 26th, which is bringing us to the biggest expiry ever for Bitcoin and the broader crypto market as a whole. So we look here, back in 2021, we had 6.1 billion expiring at the end of the year, 2.4 billion at the end of 2022. We'd been cleaned out after FTX and the bear market back then.
So yeah, this was basically all the retail was gone. All the possible retail was never to be seen.
But then it starts to move back up.
And this is like some of the retail is back, but why is this 2021 so low? Bitcoin year-end options expiry. I mean, a lot of people just put crazy prices, like Bitcoin will hit 200,000 because these options are cheap, right? They're cheap to make. And then they're gonna like say, okay, if Bitcoin hits 200,000 by year-end, that's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna be a millionaire. But if not, it only costs maybe like $5,000 to buy them. So I'll just lose $5,000, I guess. Like, I feel like a lot of traders are like that. And that's why these options are expiring for Bitcoin, just so you have more context.
And they control this market right now, right? You know, we can fight it all we want. We can complain about it all we want. This is the reality. And so we have to understand what we're up against if we want to succeed in these crypto markets. That's all I'm saying. And so what we have right now is calls, or basically the people going long, are clustered around 100,000 and 120,000. The puts are concentrated around $85,000, and the max pain is 96,000.
So yeah, crazy. That's just crazy. But I mean, it's gonna expire. Some of these are gonna expire 100,000%. Like calls, like people are saying it's going to 80, like 120K or 100K until tomorrow. I mean, those guys are cooked.
If the market gets overextended to the upside, then they're going to be selling it off to keep it within that range and trying to get it to hit as close to that max pain price as possible, where they're taking the most amount of money from those short, they're taking the most amount of money from those long. That's the max pain point. And that's why we've been in such a tight consolidation here, basically since the November 21st low that we hit last month. Now, I'm going to show you the chart here. This is on CoinGlass, and you guys can all see this for yourself. This is the Bitcoin exchange liquidation map. And so what we see over here on the left, right, is that as the Bitcoin price goes down, and if it goes all the way down to 78,563, you have about 1.26 billion of long liquidations that would take place.
So yeah, a lot of these OKX whales, a lot of traders, XRP traders from Korea are in it for a bad time, if you get me. They're not gonna hit the prices they want.
Okay.
And you can see
between Binance,
like
OKX, and Bybit.
They're just thinking, okay, some people like even probably bought options. You can actually check bought options for XRP to hit, you know, $5-7 because these options are cheap. It works same way as it works on stocks. So we could check over here. Forex trading, event contracts like perpetuals, demo trading bots, markets. I think pretty sure Bybit has that. Anyway, we'll check on later.
So this is not the Deribit derivatives that is tallied up to at about 23 billion. That's a different number. But this is on the exchanges. So which way are the exchanges going to push this? And the exchanges are work with the market makers themselves.
Merry Christmas to you too, Country Sheepdog 55. I've been a bit sick, so I couldn't see the chat. Merry Christmas. Let me give you one smiling emoji. Welcome to the stream.
Too, right? And so if they push this thing down to 78,500, they have about 1.26 billion of long liquidations that are going to take place where they get to take your money. Now, sliding on over, if we push this thing higher, what do we have? We have about 1.5.
Pretty sure Santa canceled the Christmas gifts for me because XRP is not going up at all. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it keeps me scared.
5 billion if we push it up to 96,000. So they have more money to make pushing this market higher than they do pushing it short. And the same thing is taking place for XRP right now. If we look at XRP, and this is on Binance, OKX, and Bybit combined, you have about 59, almost 60 million of shorts that get liquidated if XRP goes up to $2.05.
I mean, yeah, like that's pretty normal because these are small trades. If XRP goes to $2.05, but obviously these are just longs.
Let me slide on over here to see what happens if we go down to $1.67. We wipe out about 57 million of longs if we go down to the $1.67 level. So pretty big price swing on XRP considering it's at $1.86 right now. But there is still more money for the exchanges to make if they push it higher versus lower. And so what can we expect to happen? In my opinion, you're going to get some volatility that comes in after, leading up to these options expiring, right? So after Christmas.
So let's see here. 1.67 is going to be bad. If we enter 1.67, it's basically going to be a free fall. A lot of these traders will be, destroyed. 2.5 isn't that bad because it literally means Bitcoin has recovered and people will just do as they please. But 90% of these prices are like 1.917, 1.85. They just have short trades open. You can check here.
That get liquidated if XRP goes up to $2.05. Let me slide on over here to see what happens if we go down to $1.67. We wipe out about 57 million.
The issue with XRP right now is just it's going sideways. It's not really doing anything it's supposed to be doing.
Of longs if we go down to the $1.67 level. So pretty big price swing on XRP considering it's at $1.86 right now. A sweeping down low to that $1.67, $1.60 level for XRP, which I'm going to show you the charts here in a minute. This is a level that I've been waiting for XRP to go down to based off of how we had reacted to the previous 3 Bank of Japan interest rate hikes, right? If you've been watching,
I think the markets are very uncertain what's going to happen. Look at this. Look at these green candles at the 1 minute chart. They just don't inspire any confidence at all. It's the same level of buying and selling. Is there just no volume, or is it like whales being bad at something? They don't want to trade. They don't even want to buy it. Let's look at a trading book. 5K bought, 1K sold, 3K bought.
my content since December 19th, right? Just last week when they made this decision to raise rates another 25 basis points, we warned that Bitcoin's dropped 20%, XRP can drop 15 to 35, 40% is what we've done the past 3 times the Bank of Japan has raised rates. And so all of this to say, expect big volatility to come in this Friday. And worst case scenarios is they're going to swoop this thing back down low, down into what's the level on Bitcoin? It's, got it on my notepad, 78,000. 78,000. And the 20% drawdown from when I put out my warning on the Bank of Japan interest rate hike would take us down to about 72,000. So maybe it's not going to be that bad, but we do get a sweep down to 80,000, 78,000, right in that level. For XRP, it would be a swoop down to $1.70, $1.60, and get your orders placed because it's not going to last long. Now, maybe we don't get a swoop that low, and the best case scenario and what I think is going to play out, whether we, get that swoop low or we don't really get that, is that we're going to move back to the upside here. The tax loss harvesting that's taking place, the unwinding.
Something crazy has happened in the crypto last few days, and I never seen it before in all my time of crypto. It just doesn't make any sense. It's Christmas and we're seeing so little activity. I get it, people are home, but like this, come on.
To me, that's going to be the confirmation that we've completed out the bottom and this market's going to be ready.
Seems like the markets are waiting for some like news to happen in USA or crypto in general.
By the way, across the board, when I look at so many of these cryptos, even cryptos that I think, relatively speaking, are dead over the next 5 to 10 years, the relief rally that they're going to get.
We need retail needs to be back, and that's probably gonna happen until August. Like the retail will probably be not back anytime soon.
As the inevitable money comes back in, still provides tremendous opportunities to hit, double it up and triple up your bag on some of these coins that they're just going to get a relief rally. Are they going to be here 5 to 10 years from now? No.
Yeah, a lot of these coins are going to be gone, but what I will do is open a long position here. Never mind that because we just got absolutely good thing we closed that out because it's just going so sideways. I'm trying to find a good entry and nothing screams like a good entry to me today.
Maybe they'll still be around. Are they going to have activity in a network and an ecosystem? No, they'll be dormant, dead coins and chains. But you're still going to see, 100, 200% relief rally come in on some of these coins. And I think that's going to present a great opportunity.
I mean, I think it's much more possible for XRP to go to 187 to $4 than it is to go $5 to $50 at this point.
630 billion higher than 2024.
So who knows? It's going to be either way. I'm really considering how it's going to be.
And even more inflows for XRP ETFs, which comes as no surprise to this community. We tried to sound the alarm. They laughed us off. Oh, XRP army, XRP family, XRP crazies. Well, who's looking crazy now?
I just love how many hats he has, like from XRP. I wonder if he wears them all. But anyway, the important note from this video is that the markets right now, even the markets are unsure what is happening. 1.8 to $2 range is pretty crazy now. Now, if you guys want to join me, use the link in the description in 2bit below to get started trading with me. We're just not having any good trades. I'm gonna finish it off on a brim today. I'm gonna be live tomorrow again. I need to enjoy my Christmas spirit, take a rest, a bit sick, and then go from there. So really love you guys. Use the link in the description below if you want to get started with my XRP crypto trading journey.